What's good, y'all? So your girl Chrisean rocked and got herself in some deeper hot water than she has been in before regarding her son Chrisean Jr. Now, I don't typically like to talk about people and their children because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I wanted to talk about this because she did bring God's word into it regarding an interview that she did on the Danza Project. So I'm just going to play a little clip of what it is that she said.
Say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah. Anybody, if they're guessing or whatever, no, the word said what the word said. God said what the God says.
Now, when she says the word says what the word says, she is referencing a Bible verse. It's probably Psalms 34:13, where it says, "Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile," meaning like don't speak bad things out against people. And I understand what she meant by that. But then she goes on to say this.
I don't have to accept what you, so it's really like me, like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son. Yeah. And then it's like redirecting that energy back to that mouth, that tongue, that powerful tongue.
Now, she says God gave her a revelation about what is going to come to pass with her son. Now, we can't say that that's not true. Maybe God did tell her of the things that shall come to pass. Now, when she talked about the power of the tongue, she's referencing Proverbs 18:21, where it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." Now, regardless of the type of life that she lives, she's always made it very clear that her faith is very strong and her trust in God. But baby girl forgot one thing. She forgot James 2:26. It says, "For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also." Meaning you can't only just have faith in God. You have to be putting in the work. Now, who's to say that she does not have him in therapy? We do not know. We are just going by what we think we know. We don't know her day-to-day life. We don't know if she's taking him to therapy a couple times a week. But she said that you cannot go by what doctors say, and you can't just let anybody speak things over your child. And I understand that because there is power in the tongue. But in the same sense, again, faith without works is dead. The Lord doesn't just want you having faith. He wants you putting you have to be taking steps to do stuff too. Get him in therapy, and the Lord will work with those therapists and your faith and tie all of that together. You can't just sit on your butt and be like, well, God's going to take care of it. I'm going to leave that where it is. But we all should just be praying for her as well as Chrisean Jr. instead of always kind of just going in on people and saying how she's a terrible mother, this, that, and the third. I wouldn't go as far to say that because I don't feel like she's a terrible mother. Yes, she maybe have made some mistakes in her past and all of that, and she should be getting him into some type of therapy. But we also have to take into account the things that she's been through and how young she is. By no means is that an excuse for her, but Jesus has already forgiven her if she has repented for her former sins, and so shall we. And speaking of Jesus, your girl Cardi B is on her Little Miss Drama tour for her new album, Am I the Drama? And she is also pre-selling her new hair care line called Grow Good. By the way, I looked at this website and the prices, y'all, are unbelievably low for her being such the icon that she is. I was expecting it to be super expensive, but it's not. It's very inexpensive. And so you guys know that the pre-sale is already sold out. So she also did like a little pop-up in her hometown. I'm just kind of debuting her product, giving out samples and stuff like that. So she did an interview on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. And she says that the reason why she is so blessed is because this is her Jesus year. And so that's why Jesus is blessing her.
I think it's because it's my Jesus year. I'm a believer, yes.
This is your Jesus year?
Yeah, 33.
Now, the look on Mr. Fallon's face says that he has no idea what she's even talking about, y'all. So for those of you who don't know, Jesus approximately died at the age of 33. And so when people say this is my Jesus year, they're turning 33 or they are 33. And they're just saying that this is going to be the most blessed year because they are now in their quote unquote Jesus year. Now, people tend to forget that, yes, there was a resurrection, but first there was a crucifixion. And so if anybody knows any of Cardi B's music or knows who she is as a person, you know that her music does not glorify God. Nothing about it is Christ-like or anything like that. She is a big superstar and icon, and she has a lot of influence. And I just wish more people like her and Chrisean Rock would use their platform and their influence to get people to Christ, not being lukewarm by, talking about Christ. She talks about her faith and what she does, her and Chrisean both. But then on the other hand, they're doing things like you know, shaking their butts for Instagram and all type of other things. And I'm not judging them. I'm just saying that they are teaching people to be lukewarm. And the word says, if you are lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth. That is God's word himself. Okay. But what do you guys think about her talking about this is her blessed year and this is why she's selling out of things? And also, what do you guys think about what Chrisean Rock said regarding people power in the tongue and what they spoke over her son? Leave me a comment and let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you have not already. Love you guys.